The Wii U might be the most underrated and most misunderstood gaming console of all time, though it is my favorite Nintendo console ever. While most families didn't even give the Wii U a chance cause they basically thought it's just another add-on for the Wii, I got it for Christmas in 2013 and immediately fell in love with it. The atmosphere in the menu, the personality, and the amount of fun games that got released on the system make it unforgettable to me. This is peak Nintendo. But the console sold terribly. And since the console sold that bad, a lot of games would have been stuck on the Wii U forever. So Nintendo decided to give a lot of the on the Wii U released games a second chance by re-releasing them on the way better selling Switch. But not all of them got a second chance. We are gonna take a look at 10 out of 10 games that are still stuck on that beautiful piece of hardware. So without further ado, let's go. Game & Wario. When talking about Wario games, and especially WarioWare games, Game & Wario is always an entry in the franchise that I tend to forget about. While technically speaking the name WarioWare does not appear in the title, officially speaking it is the 9th installment of the series. The game originally was planned as a free add-on to the console to show the features of the gamepad, but very soon they had too many ideas for it and started to work on it as a standalone release. And I think the following thing I'm gonna talk about happened because of that. Because the first thing you'll notice playing this game is the amount of minigames. Because the biggest difference to all the other WarioWare games is that every character or character duo has only got one minigame. Yes, you heard that right. Instead of a huge collection for every single character, we only get one game per person. That makes the game obviously way slower paced than most of the other WarioWare games, but also is a really nice change of usual habits at the same time. Almost every minigame takes great advantage of the gamepad, and the games are a ton of fun. There is more action-related games like for example Wario's or Ashley's minigame, and more relaxed ones like the Cat and Anna or Dr. Saigo one. Especially the 9 and 18 volt game where we have to hide a console from our mom is that legendary that it even got turned into an own stage in Smash for the Wii U and 3DS. And even if you crave the more classic feel of a WarioWare game, then I got good news for you. Cause 18 volts minigame is basically a classic mode. Also the graphics have to be one of the most realistic and good looking of the franchise, even though it might be kinda weird to see realistic looking models like this in a WarioWare game at first. I gotta admit though, I get why people might not enjoy it that much compared to other WarioWare games cause of the changed formula. The slower pace might not be for everybody, and the gamepad mechanics are always a hit or miss when it comes to the Wii U. But if you are open to something new, give this game a chance. You won't be disappointed. Wii Party U. 3 years after the release of Wii Party, we got Wii Party U. Wii Party U is not only a perfect successor to the already brilliant Wii Party, but it's also the best game on the Wii U, at least in my eyes. The new mainboard game is way more linear, and because of that it feels less rigged, even though that's not necessarily the case. The pace is again amazing, and the new minigames are a ton of fun. Next to the mainboard game, we also got a gamepad mode called Gamepad Island, which gives off OG Wii Party vibes. Next to these two modes, we also get another board game called Mii Fashion Plaza, which would be an equivalent to Globetrotter, and two shorter game modes called the Balldozer, pause on that by the way, and Team Building. Except for the 1 vs 3 minigames and obviously the Gamepad Island, we don't really have to use the gamepad that much in these modes. But there's two other whole sections to the game if you want to involve the touchscreen device. First off, the house party. No matter if you want to play your classic Scribble.io type of game or want to make the biggest fool out of yourself by taking a picture of your face and the other players have to guess your emotion by the look of it, there is something for everyone. And second off, we got the so-called Gamepad Party, which is a minigame collection with games like tabletop football, baseball, etc. In general, I'd say that this game right here is the ultimate party game, and even better than most Mario parties, and to me maybe even better than all of them. So this game on its own right here makes it worth to consider buying a Wii U in 2026. Super Mario Maker 1. I know what some of y'all might think right now. Why would you need Mario Maker 1 if you own Mario Maker 2? And while I gotta admit from nowadays perspective, it doesn't make as much sense anymore, let me explain why I still love Mario Maker 1 till this day. First off, and the most important thing was the costumes. The amiibo costumes in all their glory, yeah, they were brilliant. We all loved them. And even though the costumes didn't change anything about the gameplay, it was still amazing to see Sonic in a classic Mario level. The amount of costumes was also wild, and it was such a brilliant way of making the game a bit more exciting and interesting for sure. Except for the forced product placements. Then the 100 Mario challenge was just brilliant. Don't get me wrong, Endless is also nice, but it just felt good to complete a challenge. And I mean, we had lanky Mario. Come on. Also, the movement and the strats were a little different, but as someone who only played the game casual like I did, that doesn't really make much of a difference. That's about it when it comes to playing levels. But if you're a fan of building levels, oh, the Wii U was way better at that than the Switch. To have an own device, in that case the gamepad, that is literally just meant for building the level, made it so much more comfortable. But unfortunately, that's the only thing that you can do with that game from nowadays perspective. Build a level and not upload it, at least not in an official way, or play some of the pre-made levels. So Super Mario Maker 1 is not only stuck on the Wii U, but also more than 90% of the game is dead nowadays. And that's honestly even worse. Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land deserves the title of being the most underrated game on the most underrated console ever. This game is a ton of fun, especially when you play it with friends. And yes, I do have friends. The game is basically just a minigame collection. The main hub world in Nintendo Land is built like a theme park, and every minigame revolves around one famous Nintendo franchise. Some of the single-player attractions are Yoshi's Fruit Cart, Donkey Kong's Crash Course, or the F-Zero racing game. And also, let's not forget about the amazing Subscribe to Yoshario minigame right here. You should definitely try that one. But the true gems are the multiplayer games. I will never forget the amount of hours I spent chasing after my junior high best friend in Mario Chase, or getting caught by him in the Luigi's Ghost Mansion minigame. That was the best summer of my life. As you see, I do have a personal connection to that game. And it's a shame that not more people get the chance to play that great game nowadays. The replay value is amazing due to the achievement system, and the bubbly and fun atmosphere about this game makes sure everyone who will pick up this game will have a great time. Mario Party 10. This game is definitely the most controversial game on today's list. I personally do absolutely love it, and it's probably top 3 Mario Parties to me, but I know that the game is not for everybody. Let's talk about something we all hopefully can agree on, the graphics, because they are amazing for a Mario Party game. I'd even go that far and say they didn't really evolve since that game, and because of that, it might be the best looking Mario Party game of them all. In a lot of the new games of the series, I feel like a little bit of the personality of the characters is a bit missing. I feel like Mario Party 10 is one of the last games of the franchise where the characters did not look as stiff and have a lot more personality in their movements. But as we all know, graphics is not everything. The gameplay is a total hit or miss to most of us. All characters move the same amount of spaces, and just like in Mario Party 9, we collect mini stars instead of our usual friends over here. And I really like the concept. It's super different, but kind of creative, and I enjoy the change of style. The true strength of the game is the Bowser Party though. One player takes the role as Bowser and chases the other players on the board and has to catch them. The minigames are intense, the atmosphere is actually kind of threatening sometimes, though I gotta admit that Bowser is a little overpowered, and most of the time the other players will not stand a chance. The entire game might feel more like a spin-off than a main entry into the Mario Party series, so if we keep that in mind and don't compare it to the classic formula, it is a really good game, also for the haters of the game, I would say. So, maybe, hey, second chance?
Why not?
Yoshi's Woolly World. Yes, I know that there is a 3DS version, but this game right here is by far the definitive version of the game, and that version is stuck here. Cause crispiness and colors of a 2D platformer on the Wii U is something that is still unmatched to me till this day. Games like New Super Mario Bros. U and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and of course Woolly World, are prime examples for that, and have something so special about them, color and graphic wise, that it's hard to beat this era of 2D platformers for me. Also, the slow increase of difficulty is absolutely perfect, and looking for all the collectibles in this game is actually surprisingly fun. Woolly World has creative level themes, awesome music, a nice variety of different level mechanics, and super creative bosses where newer 2D Mario games could take a leaf out of their books. Recently there has been a lot of rumors and leaks about this game that it finally should get a port to the Switch or the Switch 2, but as the date of recording this video, the 23rd of February, there is no official confirmation to that rumor. I hope that it's true though, so a lot of more people can finally get to play what is the best Yoshi game of all time, in my eyes. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. There's still a lot more games that I didn't talk about today, but that I could cover in a future video. So please let me know if you want to see part 2 down in the comments. I hope to see you all next time. And until then, God bless y'all. Stay healthy. Bye.